We are all here today to honour and celebrate the life of Pamela Robb. As well as a time to reflect on your loss, this is time to celebrate her life and the fact that she lived. As I chatted with Alex, her mum, and her husband Aaron, and her best friend Louise, I came to understand that it was a life lived with an enormous amount of love and fun. Also, anything I have heard about over the last few days about Pamela or seen of her incredible work as an artist, I understand she was unique, talented, creative, and utterly gorgeous inside and out. Today we come together not only because Pamela died, but because she lived, and you are all here because of that light. Pamela has been described as someone who filled a room with light. In the words of Snow White, remember, you're the one who can fill the world with sunshine. My name is Rachel Smith, and I'm a humanist funeral celebrant. What is most important to those who share this outlook is to live the one life you have to the full in loving and taking care of the world and the people around you. Pamela did that with abundance. Whatever belief you hold, you are welcome here today. And later there will be a time for reflection and prayer if you wish. Today, during this ceremony, we shall celebrate how Pamela lived her life. And I feel we could all learn from that, because she clearly lived life with a huge amount of love and kindness and fun. On gravestones, you often see the date someone is born and the day they died. I think Holly wants to have a chat. Holly wants to communicate with us all. On gravestones, you often see the date someone is born and the day they died. As humanists, we're interested in the life between those dates, the life that individual lived. What Pamela meant to you all and what Pamela brought to you all. Pamela was a vibrant person. 2.5 years ago, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. There were highs and lows throughout this time. Sadly, Pamela was diagnosed with secondaries and her body could take no more. She was admitted to the Southern Area Hospice for pain management. She truly hoped to get home again, but that wasn't meant to be. She peacefully slipped away with her devoted mum Alex and loving husband Aaron by her side. Pamela was 33 years old. This is such a difficult time for you all. Pamela was so young, and as much as we want to celebrate her life, it is important to acknowledge that the loss of Pamela is hugely painful. She has gone too soon. Many hearts are broken. There is a wish for one more conversation, one more hug, just one more time. It is so hard to accept that someone so young, vibrant, and wonderful has gone. Take care of each other. Tell her stories, speak her name. You are her memory bank. You are her story keepers. Before I ask her Louise, her dear friend, to speak in a moment, I want to read a short poem called Take Grief Slowly. Do not hurry as you walk with grief. It does not help the journey. Walk slowly, pausing often. Do not hurry as you walk with grief. Be not disturbed by memories that come unbidden. Swiftly forgive and let unspoken words and unfinished conversations be resolved in your memories. Be not disturbed. Be gentle with the one who walks with grief. If it is you, be gentle with yourself. Swiftly forgive. Walk slowly. Pause often. Take time. Be gentle as you walk with grief. I would now like to invite Louise to read.
It has been extremely hard to write these words, because how do you find the right words to honour someone as special as Pamela? But I'm going to give it a try. Firstly, Pamela would be so overwhelmed with all the love and support that she has received the past few days. To see all of the comments, messages and tributes, along with so many people who came out today to pay their respects. And it really reminds us how many lives she touched by simply being her. I remember the first day I met Pamela. It was my first day starting a new school, and the teacher pointed her out and said, "That's Pamela, she'll keep you right today." And she did keep me right, but not just for that day, but for the past 17 years. I can still see her smile and her bouncy curly hair the first time we spoke. She immediately made me feel calm. My nerves just disappeared. And I think I knew right then that she was going to be my best friend. We have shared so many precious memories that it would be impossible to relate them all. From dancing around in the living room at our mum's house, and I'm sure Alex was kept awake most weekends with our giggling and singing, trips away to Portrush in the caravan, concerts, lunches at Linen Hill where we always ordered chili chicken, to planning our weddings and even getting our precious dogs. We have been together for it all. I made Pamela a special memory scrapbook for Christmas this year, and on each page I included a quote about friendship. I remember her opening one page and she fell in love with a quote from Disney, of course. It is from Winnie the Pooh, and it said, "We didn't even realise we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun." She turned to me and said, "This is just us." And it was. Every single moment I spent with her was fun. Even in the past few weeks, she never lost her witty and sometimes sarcastic sense of humour. And the last time I saw her, we were still able to have a laugh and share a joke. Pamela was many things to many people. She was an amazing artist, and it is so comforting to know that her memory will live on in many homes throughout the outstanding portraits that she drew. She loved her family, and she was adored by them all. She asked me to make sure that I look after her mum and Aaron during this difficult time, and I know she loved them both beyond words. And she was an incredible best friend, and I will cherish her memory forever. To end, I would just like to read a short poem that when I was looking, I thought reflected how Pamela would want us all to feel today. Remember her with a smile today. She was not one for tears. Reflect instead on memories of all the happy years. Recall to mind the way she spoke and all the things she said. Her strength, her stance, the way she walked. Remember these instead. The good advice she'd give us, her eyes that shone with laughter. So much of her will never die, but live on ever after. As we love you, so we miss you. In our memory, you are near. Loved, remembered, longed for always, bringing many a silent tear.
You did her proud, Louise. You absolutely have done her proud. Pamela arrived in the world on the 3rd of July 1987. Alex, Pamela's mum, described her as an absolute angel, a great child, a total delight. Pamela was keen to arrive in the world and arrived 10 days early. She was raised by her mum, but also her dearly loved Nana and Granda, Naomi and Tom McCracken. She had a really lovely childhood and was utterly loved always by her whole family. After school, she trained as a florist at Greenmount and worked as a florist for 9 years in Karen's Flowers. At this time of year, she loves tulips. She loved all flowers, but her favourite were peonies. She was such a creative person and had a phenomenal talent to draw. Her pictures hang in many homes. She was incredibly skilled. She could capture an animal as if it was a photograph. The personality of the subject is so clear in her work. Holly agreed with me there. Pamela first met Aaron, her husband, at 17 years old. Aaron had been told by a friend to go to her house and she was the girl for him. Pamela wrote an article for a blog about her wedding and she described how they met. We met through mutual friends. Aaron saw me walking with my friend one evening. And after a week chatting and laughing through calls, together we met and never parted. They'd been together for 15 years. Aaron popped the question during our family holiday in Orlando. We had a day at Discovery Cove, explains Pamela. During our dolphin swim, the trainer asked, would I like some one-on-one time with the dolphin Capricorn? Of course I said yes. And he swam up to me and placed a buoy in my hand reading, Pamela, will you marry me? Shocked, I turned around and there was Aaron smiling behind me. I'll never forget his expression or my family crying along with a beach full of people cheering. From when they met, they had such a lovely time together. Aaron has a real love of nature through his work, and Pamela a total love of animals. They had wonderful weekends staying in the family caravan in Portrush. Even before they drive, they could take the bus and the train. Aaron used to often call in sick on a Monday just to get a little bit more time. Pamela had an absolute love of Disney movies, all things Disney, and both of them loved Florida, basically both big kids with a great sense of fun and adventure. They took many trips to Florida. Aaron described it as food, sunshine, and Universal Studios. Every moment was full of fun. She had been first to Florida aged 2 with her mum, and then aged 11. An absolute favourite destination. So many happy memories and wonderful times. Pamela and Aaron got married in 2017, and here are her words describing that day. Our day was relaxed and intimate with friends and family that we loved dearly. I especially loved our time near the sea to take in the moment that I married my best friend. The only thing that matters is marrying your best friend. We spent 4 nights in New York seeing all the sights, far too many to list, and we even got a snowy day the day before we left, followed with 12 nights in sunny Cancun, chilling and walks on the beautiful beach. It was amazing, along with some exploring of underwater caves, scuba and Mayan culture. Pamela loved snow. The last walk she was able to do was in snow with her beloved dog Holly and Aaron. It was exhausting, but she was so glad she was able to do it. Holly was such a significant being in her world. She adored her. When Pamela met Aaron, she gained another family. She became daughter to Mummy Liz and to Aaron's dad Norman. He was so delighted on their wedding day that he actually shed a rare tear. She gained siblings in Neil, Naomi, Hayley and Dawn. Also the proud role of aunt to nephew Harry. Dawn and Harry can't be here today, but I'm sure they are with you all in heart. She became a niece to aunts and uncles and was utterly adored and cherished as she was with her aunts and uncles on her family side. Liz has worked so hard in the past few weeks to make the house beautiful in the hope that she would be able to come home. Pamela was so loved from everyone who knew her. Her mum had a very special relationship and hearts are utterly broken at her loss. Alex has been able to take care of Pamela, but Pamela, being Pamela, worried so much how everyone else was coping and how they were hurting. Pamela welcomed Clive, Alex's fiancé, into the family, becoming to understand that he would be there to take care of her mum. Pamela was a bright, kind light, the sort of person people want to be around and have in their company. In the blog, she described her mum on her wedding day. Being an only child, my mum was my rock throughout my life, and she was my number one choice to give me away on the day. It was an element that many people came up to me afterwards and said they were very emotional seeing us side by side. I also wore the bangle my granda gave my Nana on their wedding day 65 years ago. They loved watching me walk down the aisle with it on, and they've been married now for many years. Pamela was very creative, and she learnt to play piano to grade 8 and became a piano teacher. She had a really lovely relationship with Marion, her teacher, and she became like family. They truly cared about each other. Aaron said through Pamela, he learnt to love the orchestra. She loved musical scores from movies, and together they would listen out for them in each film they watched. Before we take a moment of reflection, I want to read words written by Alex, Pamela's mum. Pamela, from the moment you were born and I held you in my arms, my heart was filled with so much love for you. You were the absolute sunshine of my life and the most beautiful smile that is etched in my heart forever. You were the best little girl a mummy could ever wish for and grew into the most beautiful young woman that everyone loved so much. Your talents at art and piano blew me away with every portrait you did. I was so proud of how your wee short life filled everyone with so much love for you. And you've left a legacy with lots of lucky people who received a beloved art commission. When you met Aaron, I just knew you had your soulmate for life, and I promise you I will look after him forever. He's hurting right now, but has so many happy, funny memories with you. Sleep tight, my beautiful little girl, until we meet again one day. Now let us take a moment of reflection. This is your time to sit in peace and to think of Pamela in your own way, or this is also your time to pray if you wish. And we're hopefully going to hear a piece of music which Pamela is playing. Soon it will be time to close here and move to return Pamela to the earth. She meant so much to so many people. Over the years, she had many friends, and some have been so incredible in their care and support through her illness. Louise, your friendship meant so much to her. Cousin Sarah, you were like a sister to her, and to all Aaron's family and Alex's family for the lovely care and support. Some friends become family. It is so difficult to say goodbye, to let someone go that was so bright and wonderful to be around. You are all her story keepers, you are all her lights. You are the ones who knew her and all she brought to the world, as she was so dearly loved and will be so dearly missed. Be gentle with each other and be gentle with yourselves. A favourite film of Aaron and Pamela's was Coco, a Disney movie. I want to share with you the essence of the movie. Family and friends are everything, so you should treat them with respect, prioritise them, and most importantly, never forget them. Coco's entire demeanour tells us that we should treasure our family members not only when they're with us, but when they pass as well. Here are some final words to close today from Coco. Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry, for even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me, though I have to travel far. Remember me, each time you hear a sad guitar. Know that I'm with you the only way that I can be, until you're in my arms again. Remember me. Thank you.